Namaste, angels. This is the weekly reading. It's going to cover Sunday the 28th through the 28th of August through Saturday, September 3rd. We're going to get right started with foreplay, eat cake, happy birthday. Actually, I'm not going to shuffle and all that stuff today to save a little bit of time. I'm just going to cut because I have a birthday party to go to myself. Virgo season has been pretty lit already so far. So anyway, happy birthday to all the Virgos out there celebrating, or anybody else that's celebrating something, enjoying cake, or if you just like cake, enjoy. Also, it's 50-50. Could be about splitting a bill, you know, like going half and half on something, mutual investment, whether that is financial, emotional, spiritual, whatever, like two people giving. Physical, you know, it's like a tug of war or whatever. Two people, both, or it could be about an individual and balance, about yin and yang, all those kind of things, 50-50, you know, a give and take. Then we have car, something going on with a car, maybe a purchase of a car or something, and weekend away. Maybe rental car with weekend away showing up. Spirit still says car. Still says foreplay, although I seem to have wiped off some of the letters. Try again, which I will actually do, but this could also be a message to you in terms of trying again. Also, one of the decks, we're starting with Judgment, which can be about second chances in all kinds of scenarios, not just romance. It still says eat cake, so again, enjoy. There's could be parties and things happening this week, or celebrations, and romantic dinner. It could be, you know, maybe anniversaries with the romantic dinner, stuff like that. With the Twin Flame Oracle, we're starting with transformation. It's a very Scorpionic or Pluto type of energy. It's about breakthrough, reinvention. It says you are ready for the next level. So you've already done this transformation. It's kind of like death, or you will do it this week, and by the end of the week, be ready to move on to something else. So like I said, I'm just cutting. I'm not shuffling because I got a party to go to. It starts at 8:30. Dinner party. See, I've always been the cool mom. So this is actually a kid, not a kid, a grown, that's turning 21 that invited me to her birthday party. Isn't that cute? So I have to go. With the, what is this called? Secret messages from the heart. We're starting with family and work responsibilities are weighing me down and I'm feeling overwhelmed. How can we make this work? You know, it'd be nice if they actually asked and tried to have a conversation with you. Maybe that'll happen. Oh, look what fell from the bottom. It's another card about money. Money worries are keeping me up at night, and I'm just not in a good place right now. So this, I mean, it's like I started to say, it'd be nice if whoever this is, you know, could actually talk to you or find somebody to talk to about it, rather than just staying up at night or trying on their own to figure out how to move forward. You know, maybe if you talk to someone, including maybe a therapist, if that's what you need, you could figure it out. Oh, I didn't try again with the die. I will try again. I always say, like, my next relationship, my next commitment, I should say, because I guess kind of already have a relationship, even if it's a bizarre one. But yeah, next commitment, real commitment, I think I would just automatically like to go to therapy. I just think I would. All right, this one doesn't want me to pick it up, so I will read it. Please forgive me for letting you go. I was a fool, and now I want you back. Can we start over and have a fresh new beginning? I've been seeing a lot of, or hearing a lot of music and stuff, different songs to this effect. Like somebody that wants to come back, or somebody that's asking you now not to leave, like they feel you pulling your energy out. A lot of please stay and begging you type of songs. There's also one, I said I'd never heard it before, but I mean, I was born in 1971, so you know, I grew up in the 70s. I grew up in a 70s household, parents with afros that listened to music and stuff like that. I had to have heard this song before, although I said I had never heard it. But it was called Voyage to Atlantis by the Isley Brothers. So I guess it was the first time. If it was either it was the first time I ever heard it, which I think is doubtful. or it was my first time listening to it. I think that's really more accurate. Here we got the Knight of Wands. This could be work, career, travel, romance related. Often when it is romance related, it's somebody that comes in, you know, very, very quickly, doesn't necessarily stay around very long. You know, it can be like a player energy, unfortunately. You know, because it's not the king. So this is like somebody who's, it's an upgrade from a page, of course. Pages like bring the news. This guy does the action. So he does take some sort of initiative. But, you know, a lot of times I guess that his fire burns out rather quickly and then he's off again. In any case, it's a positive card. This is the Knight of Wands. He is very possibly an Aries, Leo, or Scorpio. Well, possibly Scorpio too, because Mars in part rules Scorpio. That's not what I meant to say. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius is what I meant to say. Or someone likened to those traits or attributes. So anyway, Voyage to... did I do these? I don't think so. So here we're starting, speaking of Sagittarius and Leo, we're starting with Major Arcana card, the Sun, which represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot and the planet Jupiter. For me, it also represents the sign of Leo because Earth's actual sun, or Earth's star, the sun, rules the sign of Leo. This also, for me, is about illuminating. So like this person, they need to make a decision, or they're indecisive. They've made a decision. I always say when I see the Two of Swords, this is somebody who knows what they want to do already, but they're afraid to do it because of like what other people might say, society, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, this would never be me because I'm so over that, especially like at my age, when you think about, if you're honest with yourself about the human lifespan, like I don't want to be just still figuring stuff out 50, 60, 70 years old. That, you know, that next thing you know, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like people work until they're like 65 and then the life expectancy is only to like 75, you know, so if you're lucky. Nah, I'm not going to be working up until the day I retire, and I'm not going to be looking for love or waiting for love up until, you know, the day I'm out of here. So this is, it's an air, it represents air, which is why I went into that, because I'm an air sign, like a double air sign, where air sign several times over, but particularly Gemini and Aquarius, and we can never be indecisive like this. But this is what this card represents. Like somebody, again, for me, they know what they want to do, but they're afraid to do it because of what other people might think, or outside influences and stuff like that. And the moon, this is actually a new moon, so it's nice to see it, that it's a crescent, which is like what the new moon looks like. And this is, we have a new moon in Virgo today, actually. I'm about to do that reading after I do this one. And with the sun showing up, like with the moon, there could be confusion. There could be things, you know, done in the dark that need to come to light. And the sun does illuminate stuff. So that's positive. So maybe something will come out about a betrayal. Somebody might have something to tell you, because the swords, again, could be about communication or thought. You know, it has to do with words, logic and words. Yeah, communication. So somebody may have something to tell you that is hurtful, or maybe an apology to make or something like that, and they're trying to figure out like how do I return? How do I, you know, start talking to them again after this happened? So they're trying to figure it out. And if I do, like, what's so-and-so going to say? If I forgive them or if I apologize to them, what's going to happen to my rep or my, you know, whatever, all kind of dumb stuff like that. That people are afraid of. I am, if I'm going to be afraid of anything, more afraid, like I said, of leaving this earth, leaving this plane of existence, not having done whatever the fuck I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, with whom I wanted to do it. Especially at this age. Oh, my banana's on my shirt. You know, not being concerned about outside influences. But that may be what's up with this person. He's a Knight of Pentacles, possibly an actual Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone like into those traits. After this could be the person that's experiencing money trouble, or feels like they're experiencing money trouble, because Earth signs kind of never make enough money to satisfy, or have enough material stuff, or do enough to satisfy themselves. You know, they always move the goal line on themselves. Even my son is like that. They're like perfectionists. My son's a Leo Virgo. So anyway, they just keep moving the marker on themselves. This person may be at a distance from you, really wanting to, like I said, make plans with you, and they are planners, but they don't know how to get there right now. And they're probably very bored with the current state of their love life and wanting to do something, but not actually doing anything. It's like they kind of start to make plans, or they do make plans, and they like scratch those plans out and make new ones, and never actually carry anything out. Although the Knight of Pentacles in the tarot ultimately is the only knight that's, you know, said to always reach his goal. So once he does figure out what he wants to do, he'll get there. And we have the Hierophant in reverse as an overall energy. This is also Earth energy, represents the sign of Taurus. Hierophant is about tradition in reverse. It's about wanting to maybe do something a little non-traditional. And that could be tied to the person that's indecisive. Like maybe they want to do something that goes against, you know, their religion or their normal belief systems or their family's beliefs or their neighborhood, society. You know, I want to go against the grain. I want to have something a little different. The way I earn my money, or the way, you know, I live my life in general, or the way my love life is structured, because I'm bored with it. I want a more exciting one, you know, whatever it is. Or, you know, I want a long distance one, or I'm not sure how to do a long distance one. That's why I'm upside down. And what will people think if I get involved with somebody that, you know, is from another country or another state or whatever. So that could definitely be what this person is about. And I think it may very well have to do with romance, because the King of Cups upright is right behind this Hierophant. King of Cups, possibly an actual Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone like into those traits or attributes. Very romantic, and unlike, you know, what I said about the Knight, that he might not be mature enough yet, he might not be right. This guy has it together, particularly in the area of romance. So we're going to try again, and it's 50-50. So whatever it is could go either way. Card most directly representing the collective this week is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Finally letting go, maybe surrendering to something, just allowing, going with the flow, allowing for something to happen. Of course, this is Pentacles energy, could be tied to that Knight of Pentacles and or to an earth sign or earth energy. Surrounding energy, we have a Three of Cups, so celebrations, going to birthday parties like I am, being social, reuniting with people or things that we had misplaced or that we haven't seen in a while, possibly that we've been looking for. Pleasant reunions and things happening, meeting new people while we're out, all kinds of great stuff. The yellow in both cards standing out to me a lot. It could be meaningful for somebody. Work and finance. It's that Two of Swords again. So maybe somebody not knowing what to do about a job. If I change, you know, if I did all this studying to be a doctor, but I really want to be, you know, a drummer in a rock band, what's everybody else going to think? You've made up your mind. You want to be a drummer in a rock band. But again, you're like being indecisive, or at least playing indecisive, because you're afraid to actually take action and do it, which is why you're upside down about career and or finances. Just an example. Love and relationship. Nine of Wands. So like not giving up in whatever this situation is, not giving up on yourself, perhaps if you're single. Like I'm going to get back out there, maybe, and be social. The Three of Cups. We'll dive into it a little deeper in a second. Physical health. Page of Swords. Spiritual health. Five of Cups in reverse. So like I said, we'll get into these. Let's look at Three of Pentacles fell away for those in separation. So somebody, probably this person with whom you're in separation, really does want to, I mean, they think very highly of you. Again, maybe an actual earth sign, with this earth energy showing up again. Although those who were awake this morning to see the actual new moon, If you did it just before sunrise, you may have also seen Venus, like almost directly underneath the moon. And of course, she rules the sign of Taurus, and she rules abundance, and she rules love. When I saw this naked woman, I just thought about Venus. So it could be tied to her too. Ruler of the signs of Libra and Gemini as well. But this can be about work. This can, again, we're talking about work and career, and where it is, this is like your own earnings. It's like, this isn't like money that, falls out of the sky, or you not really doing anything and just being lucky and getting money at work. This is like being almost directly compensated for effort that you put towards something. If it has to do with love and romance, like the person that you're interested in, particularly if you have your eye on somebody already, like they have their eye on you too, and they think very highly of you. Like, you are the type, you are like wifey material, or like husband material, in their eyes, but it may require some patience. Those already, like I said, this pile was supposed to be, or intended by me to be the pile for those in separation. So you already know who this person is in those cases, and they want to build something with you. They want to co-create with you. They want to work with you. They want to collaborate with you. All right, so we'll just put that over there for now. So here's the deck. Again, the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse. So the card most directly representing the couples in separation. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. There could be somebody, maybe particularly a woman, who is somehow interfering. She may be like a mother type, or a mother-in-law type, and or one of the people involved in the relationship maybe pushing a little too hard on the other and in danger of pushing them away. So just keep that in mind. In surrounding energy, you have the Two of Pentacles. So there could be a party of three. We got the Three of Pentacles there, and maybe this is representative of juggling, like a little time for you, a little time for them. This can also be about, in general, juggling your time, like needing to find, it's in the place of surrounding energy where this Three of Cups is. So rather than spending time with friends and being social, maybe you're putting all your time into work, and in home, and then like not nurturing your soul and things like that. And this is a reminder to do that. And or it can be about a decision that you are needing to make, similar to the Two of Swords. Work and finance. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And this is really telling you that even though she's in reverse, like your finances are pretty decent. And even if you don't feel like you're like, rolling in the dough right now, there are still things you can do for yourself around your home, maybe for those you love. But the Queen of Pentacles always includes herself, and like as a priority too, and in making yourself feel comfortable, making yourself feel at home. So even if it's a matter of like just changing your bed sheets, like so you don't have to buy anything, you just go into the closet and get a clean set, and make your bed look pretty. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel good, makes you feel at home. Those are the kind of things that you're encouraged to do this week, and they don't have to cost a lot of money. Love and relationship. Page of Cups in reverse. Be more playful. Be willing to get out there and have some fun, and socialize, let your hair down. So not just like Two of Pentacles, not just all work and, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, Jill a dull girl. And this is about you being willing to even be a little silly maybe. And of course, messages could be coming in, or you could be sending messages out to other people that would make them feel good. Put a smile on your face, put a smile on their face. Perhaps also apologies or things like that, or meeting somebody new. Page of Cups, very possibly an actual Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, someone likened to those traits or attributes. Physical health. You're in control. I mean, this is a week where you can really do everything, whatever it is you've been thinking about doing. I'm going to get out there and, take up jogging or whatever. Like, this week it's definitely doable for you. Whatever it is you want to make happen in your life, you can make happen with this energy of the Magician, which represents the sign of Gemini, which is interesting because we also have the Page of Swords here, who's very possibly a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes who is involved in this. Sometimes Magician can also be like Virgo energy, and this we do have, like I said, the new moon in Virgo does occur today because it represents the planet Mercury, and Mercury rules both of those planets. Spiritual health, that 10 of Swords in reverse is back. And I feel like there was, again, like this is symbolic of betrayal or addiction, or the other like extremely difficult, challenging, painful things in your life. You probably recently gotten over them, or maybe this week there'll be some sort of breakthrough, perhaps with the help of the magician in the physical health placement for you. And what you really want to do now is not continue to look back at this stuff, right? This is the end of that cycle, and you're moving forward towards like an Ace of Swords, which is victory and new beginnings, of course. You know, on the back, you know, on the heels of like challenge, you know, so you may get off to a rocky start sometimes, but it's a new beginning nonetheless. And again, you have the power to make this new beginning as wonderful, you know, as you can literally like imagine it to be. With the energy of the magician also here. So definitely leaving, you know, any challenges and things, worries about a situation, or like I said, an addiction, anything that was painful, challenging, whatever, you're ready to move beyond it, to start over, start anew, start fresh. Oh, that reminds me, I was telling you guys about that song. So I'm going to go on to the singles anyway. So I was telling you about that song, and I just got reminded about it when I was starting something new. So this guy in the voice to Atlantis, he has a woman already. He wants to start something new. He wants to start something new with her, because he's trying to figure out in his life, like if he doesn't, what's going to happen? Like, oh, how can I live if she's not part of it? Like if I don't start nothing new with her, like then what do I do? How do I even continue to exist? So it's a very interesting song, and I'm mentioning it because you may want to look it up yourself, check out the lyrics. I posted about it on my Facebook, and so many people were like, oh my God, like, yes. You know, either they were very familiar with the song, or once they read the lyrics, I posted the lyrics too, you know, they connected with them. So I thought the title was interesting too in relation to this, you know, journey, voyage to Atlantis. So there you have it. It's the Isley Brothers. Anyway, for the singles, the card that most directly represents you this week is the Knight of Wands. Just like our overall energy, Knight of Wands. So again, the Knight of Wands may actually be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, someone likened to those traits or attributes, very fiery, very passionate, very romantic, go-getter in terms of work and finance. This can be about travel too, moving about, or work and travel tied together, or relationship and travel, or, you know, all of the above. But again, sometimes it is like a player energy or an in and out energy. You know, so like the fire goes out, it burns out, it dissipates, and then they're on to the next thing. Or you're on to the next thing. So maybe if this is your energy this week, maybe next week you'll be different. You know what I mean? Surrounding energy. Justice. I like this for you. This is balance. This is restoration. This is things going your way. You may actually have a legal or other situation, like with a large corporation or government agency or something. And these are things like working out in your favor, which for like, you know, we all have the Three of Cups there. It could be cause for celebration. So maybe for us, as being represented by the Three of Cups, something happens that makes us want to celebrate, makes us want to be happy. And for you, something is happening where the scales, are being, the playing fields being leveled. Things are happening more fairly. You're not getting the short end of the stick. There's 50-50. There's compromise. There's balance. You know, so many wonderful ways that we can envision justice. And I was mentioning earlier the planet Venus. Venus is the ruler of the sign of Libra, again, which major arcana card justice represents. So that's in your surrounding energy. Something going on around you that you could benefit from. It could be, like I said, your own case that you have yourself. Whether it's a court case or it's like a government agency, like I said, like Social Security or Workman's Comp or something like that. This is you, being successful. VA benefits, I don't know, something. And it's like reason for you to celebrate that it worked out finally. Work and finance. Queen of Wands in reverse. There could be somebody who's not very nice at the job this week. Like it's not very, she's just giving people a hard time. And she's in a position where she can give you a hard time. Very possibly, like, if you're looking for a job, for example, maybe she is the person who does the interview. And so you have to impress this person. And she's just, not necessarily, the most pleasant. Yeah, is the best way that I can describe it. Like normally with the Queen of Wands upright, this is somebody who would be helpful to you, supportive of you, if it's a friend, a good friend. But in reverse, similar to, I guess, the other queens in reverse, her energy gets a little funky. What else I want to say about work? I don't know, just they could just be obstacles or something that frustrates you, and it may involve like an actual person, maybe an older woman, older light-haired woman, even if you want to get even more specific. Similarly to what I said about the Queen of Swords, in terms of love and relationship, this could be somebody who's like getting in your mix too. A mother or a mother-in-law or something. If you can make her an ally, similar to the Queen of Swords in reverse, you should try to do that. Like get more, what is it? Get more bees with honey, whatever. I can't think of the saying right now, but better to be like nice and try to let things go smoothly than to have like issues and stuff. Why did I go into love? I don't know why I went into love, because she was for the position of work in finance. In finance, there could be a potential to like overdo. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't spend anything, you shouldn't have a good time this week. Just, try to keep it in balance, like the Libra energy. Love and relationship. The moon. There could be some confusion around your love life. If you are, coupled in any way, you're in a relationship, you're in contact with the person, this is a possible time where like an unnecessary argument or something could happen. So like if you're confused, it's definitely not a time to be like making accusations and stuff like that. Look, there's like two moons in this picture. For me, that's a symbolic of like real confusion. We have a new moon inside of a full moon. In this picture, and like some dogs. I just saw like picture like the Twin Towers. This one not far from 9/11, but that has nothing to do with this week, so I'm not sure why I'm seeing that. The lobster gives me like Scorpio feels, even though the moon most directly represents the sign of Pisces. Of course, Earth's actual moon rules the sign of Cancer, and Scorpio would be the last of the water signs that it connects to. But I don't know, this lobster is making me think about Scorpio. So that's love and relationship. There could be confusion. Follow your intuition. You could get some spiritual or psychic or intuitive messages, signs, synchronicities, or whatever. And don't be afraid to follow them, even if you're not sure where they're going to lead. Like, don't let the fear of where may they lead set in. Just trust and follow. Yeah. Physical health. Wonderful. Strength is one of those cards where no matter where it falls, what placement it is for what you're reading, it's positive. Whether it's upright or in reverse, it's positive. But of course, upright, it's even more, it's all the stronger. And it is about support and actual strength. So you could be like working out, or you could be feeling good. If you hadn't been feeling good, like this week, you can be like, I'm back, Any kind of issues been having. I've been thinking about getting one of these infinity symbol tattoos like on my neck. I don't know why I thought my neck, but I did. And maybe like with my initial and like the love of my life's initial in there, like one in each. So I don't know. I was just made to hone in on this. But yeah, this is the infinity symbol. So there is something that perhaps connected to your physical health this week, that there's a reminder that some things are continuous and forever, or that this support of like your guides, angels, ancestors, that's continuous and forever. and you're not alone is the message that I'm hearing or getting. Anyway, Major Arcana card Strength is a positive card in this placement or any placement. Last but not least, spiritual health and the Chariot. You could be moving into a new like practice or moving into a new stage of your journey. A new, this is also a card of victory, the Chariot. So you could have either like conquered some sort of, maybe similar to the 10 of Swords in reverse. Maybe you conquered some sort of challenge or a situation in your life, and you're ready to move on from it. Yeah, I think that's all I'm getting for spirituality with the Chariot. Although these are speaking to me. This could be tied to your love life too, and the mirroring of you and like a spiritual partner, a soulmate or something. So how you're feeling spiritually, emotionally, they're likely feeling the same. So if you're wondering if they care, if they, or whatever, how they feel, I'd say, about the same as you. Which also goes back to the 3 of Pentacles, which tends to say, something similar. Like, however you, however you feel about me, you feel I have like the materials, what it takes to, to be a wife or to be a husband, then, you likely feel the same about the other. This can also be about travel, actually. Even though it's spirituality, it can be about you traveling, perhaps locally, someplace that will like increase your awareness. Like I really want to go to your spiritual awareness. I really want to go to the Galapagos Islands. That's like my bucket list item. And I think I would have a like really strong spiritual experience there. I definitely feel like I've lived lifetimes in Egypt, and I need to go back there. Jerusalem. Arizona's nice if you want to get spiritual, or the West Coast. Parts of California. I know there's parts of South Carolina, even in my family's land and stuff, where there's a lot of like stones and things on the land, mining and stuff like that. So, those are just examples. That's not the only way to feel spiritual or spiritually connected. This time a few years back, I did go to South Carolina because that's where you could only see the eclipse from certain states, and everybody was buying like those special glasses to see it and all that kind of stuff. It was like a once in a lifetime event, so that I traveled for a spiritual purpose, and that can be the meaning of this too. Some sort of travel for the purposes of connecting with your spirituality. So that's what I have for the singles. So now I'm getting back to the overall collective, which includes, of course, the singles and those in separation. We're starting with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And this is a card that can say, like, we've been holding on to, and this could be the week that it ends, right? We've been holding on to things, people, money, situations, circumstances, whatever it is, just far too long for our own, like, health and welfare, our own good. So this might be, like I said, the week that we decide to let it go. Like it's time to relax. Like peace is a choice. I've talked about this before. So it's just time that we like do that. Again, go with the flow. Remember that we can't control everything. We can't control what other people think or choose to do, or how they feel about us, or whether they like us or not, or whatever. So just live your life. We all have free will, and we should focus on our own choices. And again, peace is one of those choices. This can also mean that, we're going to move quickly through whatever fear-based clinging we have been doing, and suddenly learn to be more, open, more generous, more aware, and more conscious of, what fear does in our lives, which is nothing. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't help us do anything. In fact, it hinders us. So we can, like, when we realize that, we can decide to think, be more conscientious of the need to think positively. So we find ourselves slipping into an area where we're not thinking positively, we can, pull ourselves out and change our focus. Actually, I skipped our overall energy because I put these cards on top of it in error. Beginning with the other Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, like I said, is also a card of travel. I'm just thinking of it in relation to that Chariot. Maybe that's why I was meant to put the Chariot on top of it. Again, so it's a good time to travel. Whether you are traveling for spiritual reasons or for some other reasons, it's a good week to do that. If you can manage to get away, then it's a great week to do it. And you should be feeling, sort of charged up, full of energy, ready to go, fired up and ready to go, as Barack Obama used to say, with the fire, right? The fire energy. Barack Obama, who's a Leo, right? As a matter of fact. So maybe that's where he gets it from, fired up and ready to go. Your self-conscious is likely to be increasing if it had been, down, and this should help you to, be able to move toward goals. Some people say that also that the knights are also message barriers. For me, the pages are the message barriers, and the knights carry out actual action. So this would be like you would have received messages that are positive, very likely, or related to work and career. Or, this guy could be feeling like a dual role. He's coming to you with the message, and it's like you got to make a decision to take action, So it could be something about a job, maybe, I don't know, related to some kind of project, or it could be romantic, somebody making you an offer that you can't refuse, and you got to hurry up. Maybe you're at a crossroad. That's what we ended up with as our overall energy. For the Twin Flame Oracle. And behind it is big goals, also upright. So maybe, somebody's making you some sort of offer. There's an opportunity to take action, whether it's work, romance, or some other area of your life. And you need to decide, I'm at this crossroad, what am I going to do? In love, you could be meeting somebody new, or some sort of, again, new action could be made towards you, or you could be taking some sort of new action, maybe sudden action after deciding to loosen up a bit. With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, you could be deciding to take action, and this person may work with you. You may meet somebody through work or travel. What's important, because that's not important necessarily. What is important is to make sure that your communication is as clear as it can be. Make it a point to make time to just talk to each other. And I think that sometimes, speaking from experience, sometimes, especially if we haven't seen a person in a long time, like maybe we're reuniting, maybe we'll do it in like a loud venue, where there's other people, and, so we'll have a good time, or we won't, we had a time last night, as they say, maybe, but whatever, you don't get to talk things through. So this brings a message where it's important to have an opportunity to actually talk, communicate, get to know each other. So if you already know each other, get to know each other better. Or if you're reuniting, get to know what each other's been up to, and what's going on in your life now, what your big goals are for the future, and all that kind of stuff. Real communication. Finances should be good. Again, you may be thinking about a new job, perhaps, or changing career paths, maybe transferring something, thinking about considering a promotion, moving on to another area, whatever it is. But finances in general should be good, and health should be good. Spirituality, you may be introduced to, something new, and if so, this is something that you get fired up about. It appears to you deeply, and you want to take some time to explore this new way of thinking. I just thought about Labor Day. With the 3, this reading goes through September 3rd. That's a Saturday. So I guess Friday, September 2nd, is the start of Labor Day weekend. So we did get the die that said weekend away. Maybe people are traveling. Maybe that's what the travel stuff is about. People are traveling for Labor Day weekend. Maybe they're getting together with friends. In either case, any case, the 3 of Cups is often called a card of reunion. Not only romantic reunions, it could be friendships, it could be, again, with a thing as opposed to an actual person. Almost, tends to be a happy, upbeat, positive reunion. You could run into somebody unexpectedly, or you could plan to meet up, again, maybe because you're going on vacation or something like that. In general, things should be going well when this card shows up. Again, looking forward, maybe even to at least one pleasant reunion with someone or something. And it'll be someone or something from which or whom you've been apart for some time. So it's not like, you just saw them last week and then we're getting together again. It's not like that. It's like a real reunion. Work could be, a positive time at work also. Just money coming in, things going well, maybe even a new job or promotion. It can be what the Three of Cups is about. It's a card of celebration. So, we'll be celebrating a promotion, obviously, or celebrating a new job, a move, a transfer. Because I'm just thinking move and transfer with the wands. Like, there's some sort of travel, or maybe travel's added to your position. That wasn't something that you did before. Finances, it's not like it's important right now or this week with this energy not to be like overly attached to money. So the same way I was saying, like, don't overdo, but doesn't mean don't spend anything. It's the same kind of thing. Like, don't live or die by money this week. And it's like it's a go with the flow kind of week, at least within reason, to an extent. That may be it. Social. It's a card of being social. If you get invited somewhere, you should go. Particularly if you're single and you have an opportunity to get out and about, you may want to, take it. The Two of Swords, work and finance. So, like I said, you could be needing to make a decision about something having to do with work. You could also be awaiting a decision that somebody else has to make. So you're waiting to hear what the boss says, maybe, or other people. It doesn't have to be one person, obviously. Other people. Try to be patient and to keep away from pushing. I'm thinking also of the Queen of Swords type of energy and being too pushy, and then, people don't like that. That's the easiest way. In terms of finances, it's weird because this card kind of shows a need to be cautious. This one says relax. This one says don't overdo. Well, I guess they kind of all say don't go crazy. This one's a little stronger though, in the need to, potentially. Not caution, balance is the more appropriate word, right? Twos are often about balance. So, it's about like making sure you know where you are in terms of money, like what your balance is and what your balance is. Oh, I said it's about balance. Yeah, it may literally be about your about your balance in the bank. Making sure you might think it's one thing and it's something else because something happened. So stay on top of your balances this week. And I think that's it for this card. So these by the way are in addition to the meanings that I already gave earlier. Those were more, when I was talking earlier, it was more like messages that were coming right then and there. And then this is more like, what does the card mean in the tarot, with also a little bit of intuitive messages thrown in too. So in any case, the Nine of Wands for a love and relationship. If you're, again, single and looking, this may be the time for you to, again, get out and have fun. And you might meet somebody, but this is not necessarily the week, for you to, like, fall in love. I mean, anything's possible, but, for those of us already in relationships or situationships or whatever, this is not like a good week to test it. And there's a message in general also that you can like pick apart or pick at, a situation or relationship and try to dissect, a situation. But so many times, before everybody gets exhausted, and we end up looking like that in the relationship. Definitely avoid it this week. And you may need some space, or your love interest or partner may need some space. And if that's the case, then, you should get it. You should take it. It's like a good time to work on ourselves and work on, our own balance and wholeness as individuals, like emotionally. So that, when we are working on our relationship or living in our relationship, we have our whole selves to offer and give in a healthy state and way, you know. But I'm really feeling something about not pulling the relationship apart or the situation apart, like not overly dissecting it, and again looking for perfection. Maybe because it's crossing this earth energy. Like I said, earth signs can be perfectionists, and just like expecting too much, like just waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm seeing it's the number 9, so maybe like again like a September Virgo kind of energy that's going into it, just doing too much and not going with the flow. Be aware, be conscious and conscientious of the desire, the subconscious desire that we may have to like do too much and put too much expectations and pressure and dissection upon our, relationships. Like as opposed to genuinely loving people or liking people for who they are, like all of who they are, their whole selves, and allowing them to do the same thing for us, our whole selves. I don't know. I keep wanting to say something, and I feel like it's not coming out right. But I feel like it's important that and it may have to do with this this 2 also. This TWOTOO, because I'm putting them together. I'm getting an 11, which is another 2, a partnership. I just feel like maybe somebody keeps, again, like I said, making a decision, making a plan, and then going back on it. And in the meantime, you're just like, you're just putting too much, I think, stress on the relationship, on yourself, on your love interest or partner. All right, I'm going to move on because I feel like I'm not saying what I'm trying to say, but I hope I said something that somebody needed to hear. Page of Swords, physical health. So, health is probably good right now. It's possible that we've been like overdoing it in some area though, like causing ourselves maybe some kind of physical stress, possibly, maybe because we've been stressing in terms of a decision we have to make or something, then that's been putting the stress on us physically also. It's possible. I'm saying that because the Page of Swords can mean like we're working too hard or like behaving too intensely, which again I'm getting from these 2. So I think it could definitely have to do with somebody's love life and a decision that they have to make, and maybe a decision that they keep going back on because they're worried about external forces. And that's causing or will cause potentially a health condition. Unnecessarily. It's about giving yourself and those around you like a break. I guess that's the same thing I was trying to say with these cards here. I felt it. Like, if you're you're suffering like with anxiety. Anxiety. I don't know why I can't talk today. Also, anxiety, or like depression, or maybe you need to talk to this other person. Like I was saying, I just kept getting from this card too, that it was like very important to communicate clearly, effectively. Some of y'all need to call your love interest or your partner, or if you're together, sit them down and talk to them about whatever's been bothering you. Like, let them be part of what you're dealing with and show some interest in what they're dealing with. Because people are walking around feeling, beaten up and whatnot, and that is, and maybe they're holding things in. Like I'm not able to talk. People are unable to talk, unable to communicate, and they're holding it in instead, and that's causing a stressful situation potentially with the health. Silence, rest, meditation are going to be things that work wonders with this. I'm not feeling like anybody needs to be rushed to the hospital or anything, but definitely I think communication, meditation, sleep, Making a choice to be at peace, whatever peace means. Sometimes another person can be our peace, or can help us to find our peace. So it may be that, or sometimes being alone is how we have to go about, achieving that, and that's fine too. And this Five of Cups is I'm feeling is part of this situation too. A lot of us have something going on in our love life, even if we're single, where we're holding on to something or holding something in, and we're just getting beaten up by it. The Five of Cups in reverse says that this is really a good time to forgive. This is a really good week to forgive. And if you haven't considered it before, you should. Now, like I said, some of us need to communicate. We need to talk to somebody. So this might be something you never thought about before. Maybe you have thought about reaching out and you decided, I'm not going to reach out or whatever. You consider it again, especially if there is like an apology that needs to be made, forgiveness that needs to be sought, forgiveness that needs to be given from somebody who's seeking our apology. Always, again, begin with yourself. If by forgiving yourself for what you think you've done or what you have done or whatever you feel guilty about or blame yourself for, and release it, let go of it. For Pentacles in reverse. We don't forgive others for their sake, or sometimes, maybe we feel like we do, but really it's for ours. It's like what I was talking about with the health here. We don't do it because they deserve it necessarily. We do it for our own sake, because holding on to anger and pain, and negative emotions, things like the inability to forgive, guilt, pride, ego, fear, blame, hatred, all these things are toxic and bad for us. That's why we should be, working on forgiving. Even if we don't necessarily want to concern ourselves with the other person. The person that we're angry with is often like off having a good time, like not even thinking about us, unfortunately. Sometimes we're holding on to stuff. I don't know what I was watching recently. The 90 Day Fiancé reunion. I think it was part 2. I don't know if y'all saw it. Whatever it is, I think it was part 2. And they had brought this girl's like high school boyfriend or something on the show, and he was still tight about something that happened when they were 17, 18. That I'm not trying to be dismissive of his feelings, but she had moved on. She had gotten married. She's on a reality show. She wasn't thinking about it, but it gave them an opportunity for forgiveness and apologies and to release those things. It gave them an opportunity for closure. And that's what some of us need. All right. So that is what I have for you from the tarot cards. Let's see what we can get from the oracle. Okay, well, some just fell away, so I will read them for everybody. We have spring, which for some can be literal. Maybe something doesn't actually come together until next spring. So figure, when's the spring equinox? March 21st, right, I think. Your love is blooming. Your answers arrive in spring. For others, I believe this is about springing into action. All right? Like Knight of Wands style. And Sacred Journey. Understand who you truly are. I was just talking about being who you truly are. So maybe this is springing into action, with regard to your truth and who you are and where you want to be, what you want to be doing, with whom you want to be doing it, and going after it. Understand who you truly are. This journey brings self-discovery. All right, so the next one I'm going to do, another one just fell away, so I'll use this one for everybody too. It is cycles, momentum, force, life cycles. Stay grounded in the now. So like be present in life, like be here with this all. I'm going to pull upright cards only, so this one is in reverse. This one will be for the collective at large. And it's settling. A lot of us are settling. We're unhappy. That's why this is, either we're settling by being alone, because we got too much pride to pick up the phone and call the other person, so that's why we're single, or we're settling by being, with somebody for whom we're not meant, or we're settling in a job that's not making us happy, not bringing us pleasure, it's not what we want to be doing. Again, we'd rather be in the band than, be a professional or whatever, considered a professional, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. We're settling in some kind of way in our life. Scarcity, insecurity, lack of faith. Believe that you deserve the best. And whatever the best is, a lot of times we have to tell ourselves what the best is and what we deserve, what's in our heart, like what's best for us, what we want. For those in separation, we have masculine. Your divine masculine, your twin or soulmate is seeking you. And like I said, I felt before that there was a mirroring. So you're seeking him, he's seeking you. Or he's seeking you, you're probably seeking him too. Feminine. And so one of you or both of you may want to give in this week and contact the other. And the singles. We have alone. Wow, okay. Abandoned, lonely, lost. The divine is with you. So there was a card that I was talking about before that I said you're not alone. You have this support. Oh, it was strength that came up. So I think that's what you're being reminded of this week. Being single doesn't have to be, or being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. There's self-love, self-discovery, and the divine is with you. You could work on your practice. You could do meditation. You could work on your spirituality, or you can get out and about and meet new people, particularly this week. With the secret messages for the collective we have. I pushed you away because I felt smothered and unworthy of your love, right? We're talking about settling and being undeserving. You're not unworthy, right? We're all worthy of love. But this person pushed you away because they felt smothered and unworthy of your love, kindness, and affection. So this, again, could be a week to fix all that, possibly. Separation. Nothing can break the bond of love between us. All of me loves all of you. I talked about wholeness too. Whole people, right? Whole healed people coming together in a healthy way. So I love this. I love these messages that we're getting. This one is exposed and upside down, so I'm going to skip it, I think. And this one's not exposed, but it's also upside down. This one I'll read for everybody. I can't imagine my life without you. You rock my world. I talked about this too. I talked about that song, Voyage to Atlantis, and the man was saying, like, basically he didn't know how he was going to be able to function if he didn't, find a way back to this woman or, this person. By woman, I'm just being feminine. Like the gender doesn't mean anything. Singles, right? Is this singles or is this? Yeah, this is supposed to be singles. I have a plan for us, but it will take some time. Can you be a little more patient? So some of us are single, but we have our eye on somebody, and they have our eye on us, I think. But it's that Three of Pentacles energy. Like, yeah, I do see that you would be the kind of person I could get into, but I'm not ready right now. Like, I got some other stuff going on. I need some time, So that could be this message. I'll put one more for the singles. This is another exposed one, so not that one. This one is sideways. I won't take that one. This one, that, upside down. Okay, singles. I love talking to you. I feel like I can tell you anything without being judged. So this, may be somebody that you know already, or this could be somebody that you meet, and then this is to be the type of person that maybe you should consider, going a little deeper with. Somebody who you can talk to. Somebody who's going to accept you in your truth as a whole, healed person, and not have anything to say about what you went through to get there. And that's what I have for you. I think I'm going to end it completely because this week, like I said, today is the new moon in Virgo, so I have to do a reading for that. Then on the 29th, there is the true node, which is Taurus, will be in transit with Chiron, the wounded healer, which is in Aries. And then there's nothing else until the 3rd when it happens again. The same transit at a different degree between the true node, Taurus, and Chiron, the wounded healer, again. So there's nothing really for me to talk to you about on there. And I'm going to bid you adieu so that I can get to work on the moon reading and come back. Hopefully you enjoy this, you find it helpful. you find strength in it, maybe to heal your relationships if you know, if they're needing them, if they're needing that. Namaste.